Nail Lane, and we are going to talk to you all today. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. But first, let me tell you a little bit about where you can find us right now. We are streaming live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. So get to whichever one you need to get to if you got the notification, okay? Get on in the room so we can talk to Chanel Lane. So Chanel is a writer. She is a poet. She is a performer. She's a spoken word artist. She is an instructor. She is a business owner of Chanel Lane LLC, honey, retreat coordinator, and a whole lot of other amazing things. But she'll tell you a little bit more about her in a moment. Today, we are going to pick her brain and get to know what's coming for Chanel Lane, what's changing for Chanel Lane, excuse me. And make sure y'all add that Cheryl, okay? It's not Chanel, okay? It's Cheryl. Nail, you're going to learn today if you ain't know before. All right.
That's right. Not Chanel number 5.
No, that's not what it is. It's Cheryl Nail. Okay. Lane. All right. We're going to sound that out phonetically.
But don't call me Cheryl.
Mm-mm. You better put some respect on her name. Add that nail on there. Add that nail on there. Okay. And today, specifically, outside of all the amazing things that you do, we are going to talk about words from a Black woman's experience. And I can't wait to dive into that. But first, Chanel, please tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
Okay, so my name is Cheryl Nell Lane, as was discussed earlier. I am the owner of Chanel Lane LLC, and what I say is I bear my soul to heal yours, and my company helps you use your words. As was stated, I am an author. I am a writer. I am a poetic storyteller. I'm a facilitator. I'm a speaker. I'm a coach. I'm a teacher. I'm all of the things. So that is what I do. But my greatest gift is to use my talents to speak for others, empower others, and connect with others. So that is my most important job and the job that I take most seriously professionally. Um, yeah, so I do writing through it workshops and healing through it summits where we help people reveal, deal, and heal from negative emotion and trauma while commemorating and recognizing strength and positive experiences. My
Come on.
newest project,
Come on.
as was stated earlier, is Words from a Black Woman's Experience. This is a show that was originally on Instagram Live. We have grown and switched to several platforms, which is Facebook, which you can get to bit.ly slash Nail Facebook. LinkedIn, which you can get to on bit.ly slash Nail LinkedIn, or YouTube, which you can get at bit.ly slash Chanel YouTube. So it's very easy to get to my channels. Yeah, so that's what's coming up with me. Anything
All
else you
right.
wanted me to say?
I have a ton of questions for you, so don't even worry about it. So the first one, you went into it already. You started to tell us a little bit about your new show that you have. Can you tell us about the show? What does it consist of? Why did you want to do it? What brought it to your heart? You told us where we can find it, but why did you want to do the show, and what is it really all about?
So, the show is all about Black women, all different types of Black women that do all different types of things, Black women perspectives, Black women lessons, and basically Black women's experiences. I wanted to start it because sometimes people who are not in the Black community see Black women as the same. We're all this one monotone thing, right? we're all super strong. We all accept pain. We all persevere. We all got big booties and breasts, and we all got big lips and naughty hair. It's things, we all fit
Right.
into this one category. So what I wanted to do with this show is um to say that yes, as Black women, a lot of us experience the same thing, right? We have the same thing happen to us. Some of everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the way you perceive it, the way you mentally compartmentalize or mentally deal with it, the way you are on your spiritual level, whatever that may be, all of these play into your experience of what happened to you.
Right.
So that's why I call it a Black woman's experience and not a Black women's experiences, because I want you to know that I am focusing on this one Black woman at a time and her experience as from her own words. I'm doing this so that people can see themselves in the woman telling their experience, so that they can learn from the woman telling her experience, and so that they can be empowered by the woman telling her experience. And
Absolutely.
it's also, yeah, it's lessons, but it's also educational to those who don't know or don't have the chance to get a glimpse of what Black women, the multifaceted Black woman.
Absolutely. Because we some of everything, baby. We
I'm
some of
trying to tell
everything
you. I'm
and
trying to tell
everywhere
you.
around it. So can you tell us about a few of your past guests? So you've had quite a few shows at this point, a couple shows. Tell
Absolutely,
us about your
absolutely.
past guests.
So, I'll talk about two of my past guests. So, the first guest that I ever had was Miss Natalie Battles of Melanated in America and
What?
the Healing Academy, who
What?
happens to be interviewing me right now.
What?
I am so honored that she's interviewing me about my show, because I was so honored to interview her for my show.
Absolutely.
So she is just a wealth of knowledge, and she shared with us remembering who you are. And she shared with us her personal experience about remembering who she was and the process that she went through to get to the point where she remembered who she was, and then the after effect of remembering who she is. So that was a wonderful topic. Which leads me to my next point about words from a Black woman's experience. I do not name these shows. I do not pick the topics. I leave it totally up to the woman sharing her experience, because
Mm.
this is not my experience to share. This is not for me to dictate and orchestrate what you need to say. This is your time to share something that you would like to share with the world, with other Black women. So I just tell them, what experience you want to share, and what is a theme for it or a title, and they name the shows. So that has been an awesome experience, because a lot of times people don't have the room to just be like, oh, I can just say it. One of the things I say about words from a Black woman's experience is that this is for women to live unashamedly, unapologetically, boldly, and just audaciously. Like, this is the space for you to come do that. So, yeah, that
And
is
spaces
what it
are so
is.
necessary. Spaces to
Absolutely.
commune, special spaces to network, but especially spaces where we can be holistically ourselves, our full
Absolutely.
selves, no filter. And so thank you for creating a space for Black women to be and to exist and to
Of
explain and
course. Of
yeah,
course.
all of that. So
Yeah.
thank you. And did you want to tell us about your second guest?
Oh yeah, sorry. So another guest that I would like to talk about is Shanaze Mogbo. She was an awesome guest. Her show was called Goddess Heal Thyself. And it was just so interesting because I've had the pleasure of meeting her and getting to know her a little bit. And before we even really got to know each other, I saw her several times in several different places. And her energy and just her aura, and just she glides into a room, and you can tell that she is a goddess. Like, she's like gliding.
Yes.
Her feet is not even touching the
Yes.
ground. She has this, this love and just energy that pours out of her. And I
Yes.
was like, I have got to have her on this show
Wait.
because she
Pause. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna Kanye you for a second. I'm gonna let you finish. But I had a similar experience when I first met Shanae Mobo. So I hope she's watching this, or like I'm gonna share it to her or something. She has to see this. But the first time I met her, I didn't know her at all. It was my first time seeing her. I was just out at an event with a friend. It was like a poetry open mic type of thing. And she was just in the audience. And I kept looking at her. I'm like, she is amazing. She wasn't
right.
even on stage. She wasn't even performing. She wasn't doing anything. She was in the audience and in my eye line. And I'm like, she is amazing. I don't know her, but I need to know her, whoever she is. And so after the show, I mean, she wasn't in the show at all. She was just in the audience and she caught my attention. And so after the show, I go up to her, I talk to her, and I'm just like, you're amazing, sis. I need you to know that. I might have called her a goddess. I don't know. But I was like, you great. And I need to know you. Hello, my name is Natalie. And her energy it really is. I had to amen that. Her energy is amazing. And the things she has been through and lived through and healed herself through. Baby, if y'all ain't see that show, you have to go over to Chanel Lane's YouTube page and see that
Absolutely.
show. See that episode. Watch all of them, but that one right there, honey, Shanae Mobo, honey, get that work, okay? But okay, go ahead. I just had to say that.
But yeah, she's an awesome person. So she talked about she is a survivor of traumatic brain injury. And she talked about that experience and how she took her power to heal into her own hands. And a lot of times when people say, you just heal yourself, they don't sometimes people say that and they want you to be a doctor and heal yourself, right? And the cool thing about her story is that when she said she healed herself, she didn't mean like she went in and did her own surgery. She meant that she worked on her mind and her spirit, which prepared her to see, like we're doing experiences, to see things from a different perspective, which helped her be open to healing, right? So these are the type of experiences that I want people to hear. I want people to see. And that's another reason why this is a video and not necessarily only audio. Because I want you to see expressions. I want you to see emotion. I want you to be there to and be a part of it. That's another
Mhm.
thing. These shows are now interactive. So if you want to ask a question, just type it in the chat. Any platform you're on. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, and if you are
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, you can do comments or questions, and we can share them and we can ask them of each other or whomever. So about the show, about each of us, whatever you want to ask.
And I know it just be a whole lot of amens in them comments too. So even if you don't have a
Hey,
question,
say
just
amen.
hey, I'm talking about heart eyes, emojis, all types of
Yeah,
things.
everything.
It's
All
all
that.
accepted and welcomed.
Right.
All accepted and welcome. So get
All that.
involved, y'all. You heard her. It's an interactive show. So don't just sit and watch. Give your amens, ask your questions, give your opinions, your comments. It's also a beautiful thing for the women to see because they're bearing their souls, they're sharing a piece of themselves. And so that feedback and that encouragement and that empowerment is really critical. So make sure you guys hop on in there. Don't just watch, be a part of it. It's interactive. Okay.
Speaking of which, we have a hey from Diamond Haywood on the
Hey,
Facebook
hey.
page.
Hey, Diamond
Hey.
Haywood. Hey, Diamond Haywood. Okay. So Chanel, that brings me actually to my new question. What is changing with the show? You talked about what it is, what it was, some of the past guests, and why you do it. But what's actually going to shift? There's a shift coming, right?
There is a shift coming. Part of the shift is happening tonight, which is our next episode with the great, talented, silly, and spiritual Miss Jennifer J.W. Wright
Okay.
of Jenny Delights LLC. And she's going to talk to us about refocusing your purpose. That's a word.
Yeah.
The title
baby.
alone.
Especially
for
today.
This year?
You know we in the shift right now. Y'all know it's the 21st. Okay. It's some energy shifts happening.
Not only is the energy shifting, but we're going into the new year. And the topic for 2020 has mostly been refocusing. Especially when it comes to anybody really. Business people got to refocus. They got to shift their plans.
We all got to shift.
Mothers got to refocus because now they got to help educate the children and do what they're doing. You know, everybody has to refocus their purpose, and refocus their plan. So I cannot wait for tonight. I am really interested to have a conversation with her and to learn from her myself. And that's another thing. I'm really excited to talk to these women. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna interview. I'm like, oh, what you gonna say?
Yes.
Because I do not know what they're gonna say beforehand. Like I said, I do not ask them questions or pre-questions. I just know the gist of what they're talking about and the title or the theme of what they're talking about, and then we get into it on the show. So I'm excited too. The other change that's coming is that instead of being every other week, we will now be every week.
Okay.
On Mondays.
Okay.
At 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Every week. Go crazy.
Every week. Hey.
That's a big change. That's a lot of amazing women and a lot of amazing stories.
Oh my goodness. I have a beautiful lineup.
Come on, lineup. That's huge though. From shifting from every other week to every week, all of those amazing women that's going to come through, we're going to get a chance to hear from their stories, their experience. Oh yeah, I'm for it. So that is awesome.
And the cool thing about it is that I have such mirage of, is that a word? That's another thing about me, y'all.
We got our own dictionary. Don't worry about it.
First of all, I say poetic license.
I know I do.
And another thing about me that I want you all to know about me personally and this show is that I am a real person. I will fumble. I will ask questions. I will get off topic because I'm a real person. A lot of people come off as, like these, I do this and there's no mistakes, there's no hiccups, other people that mess up or talk like real, like, oh my God, they're not professional. Look, I'm a professional. I'm about my business, but I am also real. And one of the reasons why I created this show, I tell people all the time, what's the first thing I tell y'all? Come as you are, wear your t-shirt, wear your shorts on the bottom. Nobody's gonna see that. Wear your house shoes, because I want you to be comfortable. This is you talking to your girlfriends about your experience. So yes, so I have a great lineup of women, all different types of women.
That leads me to my next question though. What's next? What is next? You mentioned the young lady that'll be there tonight. But what's next altogether?
Okay, so we have Jennifer Wright tonight, and she's, like I said, the owner of Jenny Delights LLC. She is awesome because she is a writer, she is a voiceover artist, she is like radio,
Come
she's
on,
a
family.
stylist, like she's a mom, she's like doing it, you know
Come
what
on,
I'm saying? Oh yeah, she's
Kimpo.
doing it. So that is awesome. We have that tonight. For our first show of the new year, we
Ooh.
have the Purple Ribbon Chef herself, Miss
Hey.
Carlisa Thomas, bringing it to us straight from the kitchen. No, I don't know what she's gonna do, but I'm just saying. Um, so that is on January 4th, literally a couple of days after the new year. So you
Yes.
all do not want to miss that. If
Bringing the
you
new
all
year with some heat.
get back into the routine of things after the new year, I'm giving you 3 days to recover from the hangover.
Get it together.
I'm giving you 3 days.
Get it
And it's
together.
at night, so technically that's like 4 days. But meet us here at 6 p.m. for Carlisa Thomas on the 4th.
Okay.
On the next week, we have Miosha Thomas, they're not related, from local color art studio. She is
Okay.
amazing. She's a veteran, she's a mom, she's a
Come
business
on.
owner, she is an artist extraordinaire, she is a teacher, she's a philanthropist, she is like the
She
bomb.
is.
She
She
is
is.
like all that in a bag of chips. Okay, so we'll have her on the 18th. Then on February 1st, I don't think y'all ready.
Uh-oh.
We have the great, the awesome, the phenomenal host of A Mother's Love, Miss Ernestine Battles. Ba, 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 ba.
Hey, that's dope. Okay. I'm
Yes.
ready. I'm ready. That's enough. So you ain't gotta give us no more.
Look,
That's good
look, I'm
right
telling you, I got
there.
heavy hitters.
You coming at them from all angles, so they not ready. They not ready.
Look,
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying, y'all got to get with Cheryl Lane, okay? Cheryl Lane, LLC. Y'all found Cheryl Nail on all of these platforms, okay? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Find her on all of them. Like and subscribe.
Right.
Then you go over to her website too. You be over there too. You be at where was she at, okay? Because it's going down. It's going
It's
down.
going down. And if you follow me on YouTube and IGTV, because this will be going up on IGTV hopefully later, though it'll be the replay. The replay will also be available, of course, on YouTube, and you can recatch the live on Facebook, obviously, and LinkedIn. But what I wanted to say is that in addition to words from a Black woman's experience, you will also find my Poetry Lane videos, which are performances of me
Come on.
performing poetry
Come on.
or stories, because like I said, I'm a poetic storyteller. That means my poetry tells a story and my stories are poetic.
Come
So,
on.
check me out.
Come on. Well, that's all of my questions. My last question though is just where we left off. Where can they find you? Give them one more time the website, the Instagram, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Cheryl Nails at Cheryl Nails. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Basically, all you have to remember to find me is my name, Cheryl Nell. That's CHERLNELL. I'm repeating for those in the back. It's
Catch that, mama.
CHERLNELL. And that is the way you find me. If you're looking for me on Instagram, it's at Cheryl Nell.
Come
If
on.
you're looking on me and for me on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Cheryl Nell.
Come
But
on.
what did we give you? We gave you the hints and the secret passageways. So really, if you look for me on Facebook, is what? bit.ly/Chernell Facebook.
Come on,
If you're
Cheryl
looking
Nail.
for me on LinkedIn, it's bit.ly/Chernell
Cheryl Nail.
What was we on LinkedIn?
All of them. It's
LinkedIn.
Bitty and Dash, Chanel, whatever you want.
Right. Chanel YouTube, Chanel Facebook, Chanel LinkedIn. On Instagram, it's at Chanel. So, and my website is SherylNail.com.
Come on. Come
And if
on.
you would like to email for any speaking engagements, performances, if you want to work with me for writing through a workshop or healing through a summit, and if you would like to be a guest on Words from a Black Woman Experience, you can email me at SherylNail@SherylNail.com. And I appreciate all of you, all the love I have received. I appreciate building stronger connections with you. I appreciate that I will get to meet more of you and people that I have never been in contact with before. I don't have to know you for you to be a guest on Words from a Black Woman Experience, but the point is that me and my audience want to get to know you. So
Come on.
please, please, if you haven't already, check out the previous episodes on YouTube. And yeah, I hope to see you guys tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here where you're watching this broadcast. Facebook,
Wherever it
LinkedIn,
is.
YouTube,
Wherever it is. And
on the
get
internet.
interactive on the ethos, baby.
Oh, yes. Please get interactive. Ask questions. Leave comments. Say, yes, child. Say, girl, that's a word. All of that.
Church.
All of that.
Wow.
Church. Right.
The
All that.
hands up.
Ashe. All of that. All that. Give it to us.
Snaps in the clouds.
Because like Natalie was saying earlier, it encourages the guests. You aid in the interview, and sometimes you guys come up with better questions. You're like, oh, but what about this? I'm like, you know what, you right. And then we put it out there.
And
So,
our
yeah.
amens is part of a Black woman's experience. Y'all know we
Hey.
got a different way to compliment and say hey,
Hey.
to, okay?
Hey.
Period. Pooh. All of it. All of it. We got sayings for years, decades and
But
centuries. Decades and centuries. Okay.
I'm telling you,
That's
for
a part of a Black
for
woman's
whole
perspective.
time periods. You got AD, BC, millennial,
All of them.
all of it.
Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, all of
You
them.
know,
Okay.
all that. Baby boomers, all that.
Everybody got
And
sayings.
And I would like to also say that it doesn't matter your age, as long as you are over, I'm gonna say 18. Maybe I'll say 20.
Because
No,
they get a
18
little
is good.
spicy sometimes.
18
They get a
is
little
good.
spice.
It does. It gets spicy, but that depends on your experience and what you're talking about. So if you're 18, you may get it spicy because that might be you, but you don't have to. It's your experience that you're showing or that you're telling. Another thing is for people watching, you may not want your children to watch because it can get spicy, and I am not the type to necessarily censor. And if we're in that conversation, we're in that conversation. And that's just a part of women being themselves and being allowed this space.
Mm-hmm.
So
Unapologetic.
unapologetic.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you all to continue watching us and to be a part of what we're doing. And yeah, just continue to support me. And I will do my best to bring you all awesome content, to give you all awesome performances, to introduce you to awesome Black women. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Cheryl Neil Lane, honey. You
You're
did that.
welcome.
And keep doing it, sis. We definitely appreciate you. Thank you for your time. And y'all make sure at 6 o'clock Chicago time, Central Time, be on the line, wherever that line is for you. Facebook, Instagram, it'll be there later. YouTube, LinkedIn, all of them. And then recap, go watch the other shows too on YouTube. They are up and ready for you. Okay. So pregame up until 6 o'clock for this new platform. Okay. We love y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, Chanel, for being on and giving all this great information. And we'll catch y'all later. And she'll see y'all at 6 o'clock.
That's
See
right,
y'all.
I will. See ya.